if you guys been watching the news, there's been a lot of incidents in the past, 2 weeks when it comes to aircraft, whether it was close calls, there were crashes, there was even that plane, what was that, a few days ago, that the Delta plane that clipped his right wing upon landing and it flipped over, but everybody survived. Those kind of situations. So it had me thinking, it was a question that someone asked me a long time ago, but it had me thinking, what was my scariest moment ever flying? And I happened to dig deep and start thinking, but what stood out to me, it actually stemmed from this airport in Albany, New York. So just to give some context, the distance, like if you were to drive from Albany to New York City, depending on where you live at, is anywhere between 2 and 3 hours, and it could be more depending on traffic or whatnot. So that's the context. But a flight would be about 40 minutes or less. It could be less than 40 minutes. And so one day I head downstairs, either the B4 or B5, around like 7 o'clock in the morning, because Delta used to have a flight to LaGuardia at 7 o'clock in the morning departure. And I went down there, and cool, we boarded, everything was normal. And we were about to land in LaGuardia. And the funny thing I always remember about LaGuardia, where the regional aircraft that they had Delta landing at, there was, you could see water on both sides before you could see the land that you're gonna, the portion of the airport that you're gonna land on. So it was always that funny feeling like, yo, we're gonna land in the water by the time we get down. Anyway, so we're landing, and all of a sudden, we were super low. The plane just took right back off. So immediately, everyone started to look at each other like, yo, what's going on? And on top of that, pretty much a decade at least after September 11, people were on edge when certain things used to happen. And whether it was outbursts, irregularities, you would just be on edge. I know especially for people from New York City and New York State, I'm sure other people as well, but we definitely felt it. So that was somewhere around, I can't remember if it was the end of '08, beginning of '09 when I was taking this flight. And the pilot came on like a minute later, and I believe there was a plane in our space when we were trying to land, which just happened recently, of a private jet crossing when a commercial plane was trying to land and took right off. It was the exact same scenario. And so that was the scariest moment. But otherwise, for some people, it might be turbulence and really rough shaking or dropping. I've done both, where you really feel like the plane is just dropping, collapsing. So that's happened a lot. But when turbulence happened, I kind of just internalize it as like a roller coaster. So I feel not too bad when it happens. So yeah, that was the scariest moment for me, when the plane was landing and took right back off, when you're damn near touching the ground. So yeah, that was the one for me. Let me know what was yours down below, your scariest moment while flying.